Yeah, I'm there. Good morning. Good morning. You're welcome. Bystanders and instance. I'm Christian Chuku. Welcome to the program this morning. Today is the 18th of May 2022, and we're here in Ogba. People are here this morning, bystanders this morning, deliberating on what that we have. This morning, it is another day in the city of Lagos. As we start the program, I have with me my community here to do justice to the newspaper headlines. Yes, sir. Okay, let me still continue. Yes, the main headline on the Daily Sun this morning: I won the 2019 election. I won 2019 election. IPOB, federal government to monitor Facebook, other social media platforms. Federal government to monitor Facebook and other social media platforms. Ask Facebook, others to stop group from using platforms. Ask Facebook and others to stop the IPOB from using such platforms. Now the South is now wiser. Won't be deceived again in 2023. That is Carlo Ojizo. Carlo is saying that one. And you can see the main headline on the Sun. The main headline on the Sun. I won 2019 election, but Rob Atiku is saying that. Says the repeat of that will not be tolerated in 2023. The repeat of that will not be tolerated in 2023. Yes, sir. We need president who believes in unity of Nigeria. We need president who believes in the unity of Nigeria. Presidency Osibajo Saraki Amechi Bello Tinubu aim intensify consultation. Additional now quit. Don't give your tickets to aspirants who oppose local government autonomy. NULGE wants APC and PDP. On the 2023 primaries, INEC wants APC, PDP, others. Caution parties against conducting shady exercise. Commission says fresh registrants hit 9.238.991 million, over 9 million. PDP reschedules Cuba primary, others. As for strike, students say no resumption of classes, no election in 2023. Students vow no resumption of classes, no election in 2020. That's a threat from the students. Soldiers chase away protesting students in Akure. Soldiers chase away protesting students in Akure. EFCC relocates arrested accountant general. EFCC relocates arrested accountant general. Ex-speaker 80 held. 9 die, many injured in Kano gas explosion. 9 die, many injured in Kano gas explosion. Deborah, NBA shift Sokoto conference on Deborah. NBA shift Sokoto conference. Ezekwesili and Odin Kalu rejected the invitation, or however, said they are not going to attend the conference due to the Sokoto killings. Probably that might be the reasons why the NBA has shifted their conference from Sokoto State. Federal government puts Facebook under watch over IPOB. Federal government puts Facebook under watch over IPOB. Support for separatists unacceptable. Support from separatists unacceptable. Amotekun's success make restructuring imperative, says Bauchi governor. Amotekun's success makes restructuring imperative, says Bauchi governor. As Atiku promises power devolution, presidential governorship primaries, ABC begins process. Delegates election tomorrow. Governorship candidates shadow poll on Friday. Governorship candidates shadow poll on Friday. AFDB president additional Sean Mr. Felix. Yes, sir. That is what we have for today. Now, what is happening? What is the topic discussed at the bus stop this morning is that Igbos are finding it difficult to travel to their place. Igbos are finding it difficult to travel to their hometown. Yes, sir. The reasons might not be far-fetched because of the insecurity. Mr. Matthew. Come on, Mr. Matthew.
Come on, Mr. Christian.
Yes, sir. You can see the rowdiness at the bus stop this morning. Now, this one of the things they are discussing is that Igbos find it difficult to travel to their hometown.
Because the result of the lockdown.
Lockdown or the crisis in the southwest.
Thank you for having me. Matthew is the name. You see, that is why we have been saying that it's better let the government.
Why is it difficult to travel?
I think it's because of the lockdown. Because I had the experience. I can talk from a point of experience. Because sometime December, November, December, and part of January, I have cause to visit the Southeast. And you understand that once it's Sunday, any person having anything to do as a Southeast will hurry out of Southeast ahead of Monday. And if you plan going to Southeast, you either go before Monday or you wait after Monday. It's like a tradition and weekly ritual that is prevalent in the Southeast currently. And there is no doubt it's affecting the economic activities in the region. That best explain the reason the current governor of Anambra State is in the forefront of trying to see how they can resolve it by bringing all the stakeholders on board to negotiate the way forward. Because for me, it's not doing anybody any good. So the intention is to put pressure on the government to release Nnamdi Kanu. And that's why we are calling on the government to see the possibility of a political solution to Nnamdi Kanu's case, because that will engender peace in the Southeast. That will return peace to the Southeast. So the way it stands, it is not advisable for anybody to go to the Southeast on Monday. It doesn't matter your opinion, it doesn't matter how you look at it, because life is sacrosanct to the extent that we are human, we cannot create life. So, and the unknown gunmen, as they are commonly referred to, have proven that they have the potency to wreak havoc. So if you say you are going there because the government, I mean the constituted authorities, the government or the state government say there's nothing like sit at home, and they are not able to enforce law and order, they are not able to protect lives and property. So anybody going there on Mondays is at his own peril. Except otherwise, the government is able to provide security for life and property. That's when you can say, okay, go about your normal activities on Monday in the Southeastern region. The way it stands, the only way, the panacea for peace in that region is for them to find a political solution to Nnamdi Kanu's case.
So the way the government is going about it is not going to arrive at any solution of peace.
Whether we like it or not, the majority of the people from the Southeast believe in that struggle for actualization of Biafran state. And Nnamdi Kanu happens to be the face of that struggle. And he has proven that he is not ready to compromise. So, since he already had that pedigree, that is why you see the polarship is growing by the day, even as he have been incarcerated by the government. People still believe in his ideology, in the struggle as being led by him. So under such scenario, because this thing is an ideological thing, the issue of Biafra started way back before now. And you see that it's not going away because the government is not addressing the root cause. I think we did discuss this partially yesterday. The government is not addressing the root cause. So even if you release an Nnamdi Kanu, there are some basics, fundamentals that the government needs to address. The ethno-religious imbalance that exists in our system that need to be addressed. The government needs to address them. There is so much lopsided nature of things in this country, especially in governance. We did discuss here the other day that if you look at the security positions in Nigeria, from the position of the National Security Advisor to national IG of Police, Chief of Air Staff, Chief of Defense Staff, there are about 17 positions. And currently, there is no Igbo man in any of the positions. So this is a recipe for crisis.
Not only in the Southeast, in the North, even an Igbo man, the Igbo man in quotes, the life of an Igbo man is not safe. Look at what happened with Deborah. The aftermath of the Deborah issue resulted in
the protest. They started burning and killing. Burning properties, looting shops, and in any part of the country, once shops are looted, it is understandable that majority of the shops is being owned by Igbos. That is the correct state of things. So, but what I'm saying generally is, how do we get peace? How do we come back? The only way is release this man and address the root cause of the agitation. If you know you are not ready, I read about what the presidency said the other day when Northern Elders Forum was advising federal government that if majority of the Igbos want to go, that they should allow them go. I read about the response of the presidency calling Northern Elders Forum different names. But for me, I think there is nothing sacrosanct about Nigeria. There's nothing wrong with self-determination. If Nigeria is a signatory to a UN charter that talks about self-determination, and somebody is asking for self-determination, I don't think he has done anything wrong. Look at Brexit. We all saw how it started. We all saw argument for and against. We all saw Brexit with deal and without deal. We all saw how about two prime ministers resigned. But at the point it was consummated and it was achieved without shedding blood. In the same vein, if somebody says, I want sovereign state of Biafra, I want sovereign state of Oduduwa, I want sovereign state of Arewa, it calls for national dialogue. It calls for negotiation, conversation. At the end of the day, if we cannot coexist together as one entity, we part ways. But where it stands, somebody sitting in Aso Rock in the name of the president, using instrumentality of state gun to coerce people into this entity called Nigeria, is not helping any issue, because the people, Nigerians, the way it stands today, Nigeria is not one. They are only in this entity called Nigeria because they are forced into it. Go and look at the constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It was forced on Nigerians by the military. So if you truly want Nigerians to coexist as one entity under this umbrella called Nigeria, having all the components of the Igbo, the Hausa, the Yoruba, then convene a sovereign national conference where everybody will agree that we want to be together, that we discuss terms. And on that table, if it's not possible for everybody to be together, they unanimously agree to part ways. That is civilized way of doing things.
Okay, like Wike said, we need president who believes in the unity of Nigeria.
Those ones are the political class. They are the one eating fat from the government treasury. I'm not saying because they are looting money. Because once you're a governor, a president, a senator, you are smiling to the bank every month. Not because you are corrupt, but because of the enormous money they receive in terms of their remuneration. Some of them may be corrupt anyway. But what I'm trying to say is any political class will always tell you that he believes in Nigerian projects, because they are the one that is benefiting Nigeria at the expense of the common masses. We are talking of ASU. Look at the situation in the country. ASU, federal government has refused to fund educational system. And we all know that if you get it right with educational system, you solve half of Nigerian problems. What we are looking at here is human capital. That has to do with the skill, the experience, and the knowledge to drive the economy, all the sectors of the economy. And these are products that you are supposed to get from the school. And federal government is not willing to address it, simply because their children are not schooling here. Look at how federal APC raking how many billions of naira under 2 weeks or 3 weeks or so. Look at, as we speak, Accountant General of the Federation have been arrested with allegation of stealing 80 billion naira. As we speak, Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SIRAP, is in call with Mr. President, because the government has spent 1.4 trillion naira to turn around our refineries. And as we speak, they are not refining even a liter of PMS. And you have a country where you budget 8 trillion, even 9 trillion on every year, and before the year runs out, you see supplementary budget, and you are not seeing it reflect in terms of infrastructural development. If you look at the society, you don't see the impact of that budget. That is why it's possible for somebody to it's possible for EFCC to allege that somebody has stolen 80 billion. That is why a company, a lobbying firm in America can write to the government of Nigeria that there's about $60 billion US stuck in American banks by Nigerian politicians, because the money is not being used for the purpose of which is budgeted. It ends up in private pockets.
Okay. Federal government puts Facebook under watch over IPOB. saying that the support for this.
I read the statement credited to La Mohammed, the Minister of Culture, Information and Culture. You see, the issue is, it doesn't matter how you try to gag the press, the social media. People will continue to react. What you see on social media, on Facebook, on Twitter, Instagram, name it, WhatsApp, name it, is a reflection of the reaction of the people in terms of the approach to governance of the government. Because if somebody is being marginalized, he go to social media to ventilate his opinion, the government will not be happy. Because he's saying that all their complaint about the essence of IPOB on Facebook, that Facebook is mainly not doing enough by stopping them. But what we are saying is, if you address the root causes of all these things, people will not be okay. Why, if you ask, why did agitation and activities that have to do agitation increase under the present administration? Is the approach to governance. When you have a president that says that he will give 5% to people that gave him 5% attention to people that gave him 5% vote, is it not a recipe for crisis? Are you not telling the people that they does not belong to the country? And this person has ruled for 8 years, and you can see that statement manifesting in appointments. And somebody will tell me that he gave minister to all the 5 states in the southeast. I will say yes, of course, because his hands are tied by the constitution. He cannot do otherwise. But what have you to say when it comes to security positions? Because the federal character tells us that when you give up position, it has to reflect geographical spread, and it is holistic, not just single out one sector of the country or the polity. So for me, the complaint of the government is not right. Well, they should go and address the epicenter of the issue. That is the root cause of agitation.
So they don't have any issue with telling Facebook not to.
No matter how you look at it, people will complain on social media. The complaint is what is unsettling the government.
Okay, I won 2019 election, but Rob, the Atiku, has come out to say that.
I have no.
Says a repeat of that will not be tolerated in 2020.
I don't have the figures. I don't have the classified information to determine whether he won or not. But I can understand that at the point, he was alleging that the vote they collected through electronically proved that he won. But I am not an authority to have access to the INEC server, the database, to determine the results, the variety of his claim. But what I can do this say now is that who they think INEC have gotten the leverage, the rights to transmit the election result electronically. So going forward, as we go into 2023 election, INEC will be held responsible if they fail to do the needful by transmitting the election results electronically, so that it will checkmate rigging. Because that have been their argument. Give us the right to transmit the election result electronically. Because what they have been saying is that though they do have the right to though they do have the capacity to transmit the election result electronically, but if they do, it doesn't have backing of the law. And you cannot, on that strength, declare a return winner. Now they have been given the rights. All eye is on INEC. Everybody is focusing their pin light, set light on INEC to see how they manage this 2023 election in relation to collating the result electronically. I can understand that INEC have as well said that they will do the double collation manually and electronically for double checking. But I want to put it to INEC that Nigerians are waiting to see how they put to good use election collation and return of results through electronically.
Okay, there was a reporter that got me talking yesterday. Soldiers chased away protesting students in Akure.
Okay, I can understand, according to what I read, that the soldiers were not deployed specifically to go and disperse the students, that they were traveling on that route and they ran into the barricade of the students who actually barricaded the road. But I think it was not civilized, the manner they used live ammunition. It's the same thing that happened at Lekki Toll Gate. Because if Nigerian civil military personnel were civilized, professionals, they should know that there is a professional way of dispersing students. Because these are not miscreants. These are people who are protesting legitimately. So what they needed to do, if it was not possible for them to get across through that route, they needed to get across to the authorities, who will disperse them professionally if they need to disperse them. We can understand that they were there like 2 days before that day. So if the government needed to disperse them, there are approaches they needed to adopt. One, there is no record that the government, through any personnel, approached them for negotiation, for dialogue, for talk, and they refuse. There is no proof that they use pepper spray on them. They refuse to vacate the road. There is no proof that they use any other minimal means to try to disperse them, and they refuse before using live ammunition. For me, it is recklessness for the government to resort to using
no resumption of classes, no election in 2023.
Come again.
No resumption of classes. No election in 2023. That is from the students over the ASU strike.
I don't think they have the capacity to enforce that. Because if you know the kind of government we have,
don't have the capacity to enforce no election.
Nigerian army will start killing people, start killing them. They don't have value for human life.
What's the conviction that you have?
The conviction I have is that when Nigerian youth sat at Lekki Toll Gate, waving Nigerian flag as a sign of solidarity to Nigerian sovereignty, demanding for good governance, demanding for end to SARS brutality, soldiers come there unprovoked, open fire on them. And as we speak, the leaked report of the ENS panel in Lagos tells us that about 98 Nigerians died in Lagos generally, out of which some may have died from the shooting at the Lekki Toll Gate. And in 2020, Modishola Dada, the chief coroner of Lagos, make a public announcement asking people who lost their loved ones to come to Lagos State Teaching Hospital for the purpose of identifying the remains of their loved ones and for maybe possible burial. As a result of that, Falana, the human rights lawyer, made an inquiry and discovered that about 98 corpses were dumped in different mortuaries in Lagos State, which collaborated with the leaked report of that NSAS. What provoked Nigerian military to start that shooting? So in the same vein, if Nigerian students try to enforce no resumption, no election, Nigerian military will open fire on them. On that note, what I'm advocating is this: NSC, TUC, Pengasin, all the bodies, labor bodies that have the potency to crash the economy should join force, synergize.
To crash the economy.
Synergize with ASU and bring federal government to the negotiating table. If Pengasin, NSC, TUC today embark on strike, yes, embark on strike today, federal government will decide on ASU issue. I think I did say this yesterday. Look at when airline operators threatened to down to shut the operation. Under 24 hours, National Assembly convened an emergency meeting, summoned them. As we speak, the operational, because it's affected them directly. They are the one that fly all the way, all the places, locally and internationally. So if you talk of educational sector, the ministers, the senators, the House of Assembly members, governors, the president, his aides, their students, their children are not here. So they are not bothered about what happened to the common man. And their children go to Ukraine, America, Canada, Germany, Turkey, get better educated and come here at the expense of the common man. Even as expatriates, they come and take up the job here. So how will it bother them when ASU is on strike? It's not part of their problem. Because their children will come back here and lord it over the common man who do not have that same privilege to go there to school.
As you can see, most of their children are coming out for House of Assembly.
We already seen coming to that era where if you are a political leader, you start putting your children in positions of authority. So if there's not taking, Nigeria will get to a stage where it will explode, because you get a point where Nigerians can no longer take it. There is an ideology that goat naturally do not bite. But you push a goat to the wall, you force that goat to bite. I think Nigeria is getting close to that.
Okay, let's talk about Nnamdi Kanu. He's going to, yeah, he's having his trial today, and I think they are proposing a secret trial.
I think what I would say is federal government have the capacity to protect all the people who are coming to give evidence. And federal government have accused Nnamdi Kanu openly, globally. Nnamdi Kanu have been tried and convicted in the court of public opinion. So on that ground, if you want to try him, you make the trial public, so that people who have heard your own side of it and have taken decision, have convicted him in the court of public opinion, will have an opportunity of hearing from him. So for me, I disagree with that open trial. Sorry, secret trial. They should try openly, because he was accused openly, tried in the court of public opinion openly, convicted in the court of public opinion in some quarters, and it is expedient that you try him openly.
Okay, lastly, we are still, there's an oncoming protest by the Christian Association of Nigeria. The governor has said that they should suspend because of the crisis in my cause. How do you look at it?
I think the manner and way the protest is coming is civilized. Because Khan is aware of the consequence of going on the streets, that it might ignite crisis. So they have restricted the protest to secretariats of Khan. And in an environment where there is no Khan secretariat, they look for a church to use. I don't see how that will in any way preach any peace. Because whether we like it or not, what Khan want to achieve is to draw the attention of the world, not just Nigeria, to the obnoxious trend in Nigeria. Because when you see such a move, it will compel Nigerian government to do the needful. If not for pressure from international organizations, bodies like this, perhaps government would have released the 2 alleged killers. Because if you look at the protest that spontaneously erupted in Sokoto State, I don't think the government would have been able to stand the pressure, even to the point that the protesters laid siege to the palace of Sultan of Sokoto, prevailing on the Sultan to urge authorities to release the alleged killers. And we are even saying that from videos online, prosecuting 2 persons is not enough. They should arrest more of them, because the essence of law is to act as a deterrent. If you arrest and prosecute and sentence, and you see the law the judgment being enforced, it will deter other people who already had intention of doing that. Because as we speak, everybody, every stakeholder has condemned that act as a wicked and dastard act. Because even the Muslims themselves, Sheikh Gumi, who people even see as a controversial sheikh, cleric, has said that even Muhammad, while on earth, did not resort to this action when he was insulted. So on that basis, that there is no justification for anybody to even start killing on that basis. So for me, those animals in human skin needed to be fished out of the society. They have no business roaming, circulating with the regular society. They need to isolate them, prosecute them, and put them where they belong. That's the way I see it. So for me, Khan is in the right direction, and they should sustain that protest.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Mr. Matthew. I have Honorable David this morning. Good morning, Honorable David.
Good morning to you, Mr. Atiku.
I am concerned though. Why is it? There's a notion that says that Igbos find it difficult to travel to the southeast.
Is it what?
There's a summation that defines that Igbos find it difficult to travel to their hometown.
I don't know who brought about this theory or
because that was the argument this morning.
Illustration.
Probably because of the crisis there.
Or because of the underdevelopment in the southeast or what?
Insecurity, unknown gunmen.
Most people travel. I don't see that being a reason for you to neglect where you are from. Most persons travel. Most Igbo guys travel. Most people travel. So I don't think that should be a subject matter this morning.
No. I showed it because it was an argument this morning. People were arguing like, no, people don't travel again because of the crisis, because of the killings. Killings of young persons in the southeast. That's why people don't travel again. an average Igbo person you meet on the streets, he or she might be afraid to travel to his hometown.
A friend of mine traveled to Imo State last week, and she's still there, and we still communicate. So you're saying because it is maybe some persons choose not to travel. So now that will not. So we should not generalize it because one person decide not to travel to the southeast because he or she is afraid to go back to the southeast. Does not mean doesn't mean other persons will not travel. If I have any business to do in southeast now,
You travel.
I will travel. There's nothing to be worried about or be afraid about. I know Monday is always sit at home. So Monday I will not embark on journey because no bus will even ply the road on Monday. Even the transport company observe Monday sit at home. So what's the need of you traveling Monday? So from Tuesday to Saturdays, you can go about your daily activities. So nobody now. Are you saying everybody that lives in the east has been killed? There are still people living there that have not been killed. So there's still people going about their daily business, and then there are still banks are still operating. Government, civil servants are still going to work. So people coming out with such illusion should just desist from it.
Yeah, okay.
So everybody, for the fact you don't want to travel, does not mean I will not travel. If I have any serious business or anything to do there, I will travel. I told you, a friend of mine traveled last week, and then people still go to Onitsha market to buy goods and come back to Lagos. People still go to his area market in this place, Abia, Aba, to buy goods and come back to Lagos while I was in school. So that's not an excuse. See, if you know that people are traveling, go to Oshodi around 7 o'clock. People, or see, go to this park here. People are traveling on a daily basis. Just as aside from Monday, people that Monday sit at home. But the rest of the days, people travel. Go to these motor parks and see people traveling. For the fact people here don't travel, does not mean people does not travel.
Even some people abroad, they are saying that they find it difficult because of insecurity. They might not want to come back.
Because of this perception about Nigeria, majority of them find it very hard to come back. I am for that one I am in support of them because now even the immigration officers give info to these bandits to arrest travelers who are coming into Nigeria. You've seen that. You've seen an immigration officer that was arrested, was not last year or that works hand in hand with bandits, that gives information to people who return. So people will be scared. And people coming into Nigeria now keep low profile. They don't disclose when they are coming to their friends or to their siblings because these people can orchestrate evil. So if anybody that also comes to Nigeria now, keep it to themselves. Probably you just wake up and see them at your doorstep. I mean, how come? Why didn't you tell me before coming? I just wanted to keep a low profile. People are scared.
Okay, let's look at Tinubu has said that if he doesn't get the ticket, ABC ticket, he will join SDP. How do you look at that?
Is that what he said?
Yeah. Yes.
Officially?
The 8 said it so.
Buhari is playing games. I told you, another man will show them politics. Politics is about gathering touts to campaign. It's touts.
I see they are wearing uniforms this morning.
Yeah, wearing uniform because officially, you look at a man that wants to govern Nigeria. He declared on Monday, officially, he declared. And majority of people that grace the occasions are the park managers, are the touts, are they delegates, are these people party delegates? Do they even have PVC? So is that kind of man you want to entrust the destiny of millions into his hand? It's not my brother. I've always told you, I said Tinubu is going nowhere. Buhari said that office of presidency is not for the highest bidder. You see Buhari, I respect him a lot for the fact that Buhari is not
slapping.
He's not a
He does
talkative.
not say what he cannot do.
He's not a lousy man. Now, when he came to Lagos last year, he said one man cannot sit here in Lagos and dictate what happened at the federal level. Some person said he just went as a referee. I said people should always listen to him when he speaks. Buhari has meaning to whatever he says. It shows now. This year, he said the office of the president is not for the highest bidder. And now again he said, I will not hand over to what armed robber rogues. They have said it. They have said it. They have said it. So with all this, with all what the president have said, you ought to know that the president has convincingly told Nigerians that Asiwaju is going nowhere. You know it. And northern people will not support him. You know it.
Okay.
Now he's saying if he doesn't get the ticket, he will not retire from politics. He should die there now. There. No, he should die there. He should.
That is Jagaban you're talking to.
Who's Jagaban? He's not my own Jagaban. I don't know him. He should die there. Thank God he will be 74 years again. He should die there. He's going nowhere. And Nigerians don't even want him. Nigerians don't want his system of oligarchy. Nigerians don't want his system of dictatorship. Because if this man eventually becomes the president of this country, my brother, I will flee the country. Because
you flee, not you fly.
I'll flee the country. Because see, Asiwaju would be the worst president Nigeria would ever have in this country.
I won 2019 election, but robbed. Atiku says a repeat of that will not be tolerated in 20.
Has he gotten
the ticket?
He won. He said,
has he gotten?
I don't want him to get the ticket. Yeah, I don't want him to get the ticket because getting the ticket there's no difference. It's like I've told you in 2020 again, Nigerians will have the options of choosing between two devils again. Option between this devil and this devil. Now, how far would that one yield us to? After the 2023 election, what is the future of an average Nigerians? What is our hope? What is our future? Now, nobody has come out to tell us campaign on issue base. All this is saying, I will construct road, I will construct. For how many years? Tell us what you want to do. Peter Obi have come out to highlight economic policy for us. You've seen it. He has said what he will do in terms of what? Economic. He has highlighted economic policy for us. And that is a man we should throw our support. Not on this one. I will do road. I go give you one tier of rice. I will construct road. I'll fight Boko Haram. Since how many years? Election should be issue-based campaign. Atiku has not told us what he wants to do. Asiwaju own is just carrying tout around, going tout are campaigning for him. He said that kind of person we want to vote for. He declared the whole of Lagos on Monday was occupied with touts. Our tout delegates, this Agberu, are they delegates?
Maybe they are supporting him.
Look at people that are supporting him, and that is kind of the man. That kind of man, you want Nigeria to entrust power to. This house does not even have PVC. Maybe see he thinks they can help you to snatch ballot box across the entire state. He has failed. If that's what he's thinking, that's what he's thinking, he has failed. But I want to tell them that let them campaign on issue base, not telling us you want to do road, you want to build hospital. Don't build hospital for us again. All this story. Don't build schools for us again. Tell us economic policies. It's not every time on your mandate. Nobody is standing.
Okay, you're not standing on the mandate again.
I've been standing there before. Even Mr. Chikoze too, he's not standing there before. Nobody is standing on a mandate.
Any mandate again.
Nobody is standing on any mandate. I am standing on the mandate of God and on the mandate of His Excellency Peter Obi. That mandate I am standing. I'm not standing on anybody mandate. My brother, truth be told, Ashiwaju cannot pilot this country.
We need president who believes in unity of Nigeria. That is from Wike.
Who is?
We need a president who believes in the unity of Nigeria. That is your brother Wike.
That is Peter Obi.
Wike.
What's my problem with you? See, my brother. Wike does not have that leadership charisma to become a president. Wike talks anyhow. Now, being a president, there are some silent issues you don't contribute to. There are some silent issues you don't come out to the public and start grabbing your mouth. Wike doesn't have that leadership charisma to become a president of the state. Wike now fight like a child, fight anybody, talks to people anyhow. Once you don't support Wike presidential ambition, you are his enemy. He will come out openly, publicly, and insult you. You've seen that. So that is not the characteristics of a president Nigerians want. The person that is more qualified and then that has every attribute and characteristics to become the president is Peter Obi.
Okay, federal government puts Facebook under watch over IPOB. They are telling the social media platform not to allow IPOB, whatever they are saying.
I don't understand. IPOB is not using Facebook to promote violence.
No, they said the members of this group are using it to incite violence.
Who are they inciting?
And instigate ethnic hatred in Nigeria. That's from Lai Mohammed.
Lai Mohammed should be even be worried. Under their watch, Accountant General Federation stole 80 billion. Now, no apology from the government. That is taxpayers' money. There is unemployment in the country. Lai Mohammed is not worried about that. There is poverty in the country. Lai Mohammed is not worried about. There's yesterday along Kaduna Abuja Expressway, bandits kidnapped again. Have you heard it again?
They opened yesterday.
Yes, bandits kidnapped yesterday. That road, and ID that said there will be 24 hours patrol. Surveillance there. Where is the IG team now? Lai Mohammed should channel all his energy towards safeguarding Nigeria and let IPOB rest. IPOB has not plunged Nigeria into economic mess. IPOB has not made Nigeria poor. IPOB has not made Nigeria the most poorest black nation in the world. So Lai Mohammed and their evil government should channel their energy to save lives and property. So Facebook probably since they said he wants to gag the media. That means if he gag us now, we will not be able to express our views. And now Nigerians are saying no to that. There are a lot of pressing issues that Lai Mohammed and their government need to attend to. IPOB should not be their headache. Just look at our economy. Just look at yesterday. The Kaduna Abuja rail line was open. It was open. Now, all that 24 hours, bandits kidnapped 8 persons along the same road. So Lai Mohammed should tell his government, should go and safeguard Kaduna Abuja Expressway rather than channeling all his efforts. He has to say, because now his son is coming out to contest House of Rep.
They are recycling their children.
They are recycling their children. Papa go do, Pikin go do, Grand Pikin go do. So why would you say nonsense?
So no hope for you.
No
hope for you now.
Now only me. No hope for me and you now. You don't come out yourself.
I'm directing you.
Let me hear me and you. They say no for me. Now me and you get this country now. This is you. Me tell this country. They say no for me.
Soldiers chase away protesting students in Akure.
Soldiers too. They are stupid. Soldiers are underpaid. Soldiers are underpaid. Soldiers now, their children, their wards are also affected in this strike. This is not the same soldiers that were complaining that government is not paying them salary and they are going to go on strike. Now, you see, even if government sends it on an errand, there are some things you should be jet and say no, this stuff I'm not doing it. You guys are underpaid. the hierarchy officers are the ones siphoning this money. But you guys are always on the battlefield, fighting insurgency, fighting bandits, being killed. Even when you are being killed, there's no allowance for your family. And now government send you to go and chase away those protesting for their rights. And then you guys went there and chase them away. That means even the soldiers, they are senseless.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. David. More able to you. Please go and stand on another Monday.
They are senseless. Go and join soldiers. They are recruiting. And they here say they are senseless.
You two can join soldiers.
Go and join it. No. Go and join. There is an opening. They are recruiting now.
Good morning, Mr. Chigazi.
Good morning, Christian.
There's a concern this morning. Why is it that some Igbo indigenes, they find it difficult to travel to their homeland because of the insecurity?
The major concern is, of course, stems from the fact that there is a deliberate attempt, consistent, gradual but consistent attempt to annihilate the entire Igbo race, which is unfortunately impossible. My concern is that why should the Nigerian military be opening fire on innocent citizens going about their duty under the disguise that these are suspected IPOB? You just open fire on innocent people going about their duties. Even some trekking, you just shot them, and you on the basis that they are suspected IPOB. Over 7 innocent people were killed within a locality yesterday. You see? By Nigerian military. They displaced their armories where the entire northeast is agog, have been taken over by the terrorists and the so-called bandits. And they're busy, they are killing my people in the southeast under the disguise of suspected IPOB. Isn't that madness? Isn't that barbaric? How can you kill somebody, murder somebody on the basis of suspicion? You do not investigate, you do not try the person, you do not give him the right to express or defend himself. Which every suspect or late person has, as defined by the illegal constitution. And you are killing people on the basis that you are suspecting them. Maybe we should go to Abuja and begin to fire them and call them suspected bandits and suspected. Go to Senate chamber and begin to shoot whatever, because all of them look like suspected bandits and terrorists. Go to Aso Rock and begin to shoot them because they are suspected bandits. How can you be killing people on basis of suspicion? You have not carried your investigation. You have not carried diligence and do investigation or research. Is that how a country should be run? It's very unfortunate.
We have the case of students that were chased away by soldiers in Akure. Soldiers chased away students in Akure, protesting students in Akure.
It's unfortunate, but if I were the students, I will go and hold their vice chancellor responsible, their professors, because these are the same people who betrayed their own interests during the electioneering process. Who are the returning officers? State returning officer, federal returning, local government returning officers. They're the ones that collect the result, announce the result. They're the ones that sold the mandate of the people. You have professors that are fools, that are big-time fools, big-time cowards, who sold out the conscience, their conscience, who sold out the reputation and integrity to people without certificates, to touts and the riffraffs within the corridor of power. You see, and today now they are complaining. The same people, they sold out their destiny and their life, and the same people they still expect to pay 200 billion for the whole ASU, for the whole academic, for the whole varsities. You can see the irony.
If I were the student, rather than protesting on the street, they should continue to begin to hunt those professors who betrayed them. Teach them lesson, flog them very well. Catch them, lay them on the street, and give them a very 24 stroke, because they are responsible for the reason why parents has paid their tuition fee of their children and wives, and yet they are still at home for barely 1 year. After 1 year, you are still observing strike. Why you are betraying the cause of your people? You don't know that one day you will also turn back to them. You see, it's very unfortunate.
Let's look at the Facebook. Government put Facebook under watch over IPOB, saying that the group incites violence and instigates ethnic hatred in Nigeria. That's from Lai Mohammed.
This Lai Mohammed is a frustrated man. Why do I say this? Anybody that is now saying the truth is now tagged IPOB. Anybody that is now expressing his feelings and opinions about the senseless killings, about the barbaric style of government within Nigeria, he now tags IPOB. It doesn't matter where the person is coming from. The person might be coming from Jigawa, the person might be coming from Borno State. You now tag him IPOB because on the basis that he is expressing the reality. And what they are saying is undeniable. They are facts. The killing, the mutiny, the destruction of quantum destruction of property are evidence. There are evidence video clips that attest to that. So what is it denying? Why is it crying? That is impunity, that is wickedness is being exposed to the world. Isn't that right? The killing that is happening at the IPOB that is cutting it. The pupils that were blown up in Kano State between Aba and Court Roads. I know the place very well. It's my former residence in Kano State. And they're telling us that these are more gas explosion.
There was a report that suicide bomber.
It's a suicide bomber. This is when you see the entire building was brought down. And you see how the bomb shattered human flesh. Over nine pupils was recorded there. And I listened to the CP of police. He said that it's about 4 people. They have recovered 4. Well, he said they have recovered 4, but as of yesterday, lately yesterday, there are several casualties, including people, passerbys. They are not telling us the truth. So anybody that is now speaking out to the world is now tagged IPOB. You can imagine the level of rascality and irresponsibility on the part of this government. It's very unfortunate.
Okay, South is now wiser. Won't be deceived again. That's from Kalu.
Which of the Kalus? What makes him more wiser now?
Last time he withdrew his interest in presidency, he saw that there was no future for the Southeast in APC.
Okay. So he won't travel to Katsina to be turbine again. I said, these are people you don't listen to until their head is cut off, is chopped off, that they will understand that the reality on ground. Until their head is chopped off, maybe the head of Kalu Ojus of Kalu is chopped off. Now he will understand that truly that Igbos have been sidelined, Igbos have been marginalized. Because now it is very clear to him that he is not part of the Nigerian project. He has been skimmed out of events and is now expressing his frustration, trying to drag the Southeast into his into the mold they found themselves. So those people are immaterial as far as people understood since 1967 that they are not part of the Nigerian system. Since 1967, the narrative have not changed. They're asking for independence of their own state, where they can manage their resources inherent within their enclave and develop at their own pace. During the regional system of government, the Igbo region, the Eastern region, were the most promising region, that the highest developing states or region in terms of economy, followed by the Western region under the supervision of Awolowo. The third region are doing exceptionally well because they control their own resources and develop at their own pace. Igbos have economic and technocrats who drive the economy, even without relying on oil, without the sales of crude oil. So what matters most is that the people's agitation, the people's orientation has not changed. You see, in fact, it has become more pronounced, more necessary now than in the 1967, when the agitation started. It has become a child of necessity with the current happenings and incidents, where some group of people think that they can continue to lord it over against the other people. I call yourself a secular country, a country where everybody can aspire and live out his dreams or aspirations. So all these things are not feasible within Nigeria.
Okay.
And I can know as a result of this, that's why Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is being held behind the bar. He was a toddler during the Civil War. And now, having gone to adult, over 50-something years, his people are being subjected, marginalized, deprived, skimmed out of the veins of things within the same Nigeria that killed most of his uncles and brothers during the war that lasted 3 years plus. He grew with this blunt, with this psychological pain and trauma, hearing how his people was massacred. Over 3.5 million children were stabbed to death. He was living in that mentality, and that has tortured him for over 50 years. He was seeking for redress, seeking for opportunity to rewrite the wrongs, but the Nigerian, those within the corridor of power, felt indifference and complacent about that. And look at now, he has reason to continue the fight. And today is the case, court hearing. Let justice be served. Let Nigeria establish the allegation against him and let the world watch whether it's a crime to, call for self-determination. Call for self-determination is not a call for war. It's not a call for criminality. Rather, it's an end to criminality, which you are seeing perverting the entire country, where young children, with innocent children, could be blown up on the basis of religious fanaticism. And those, of course, as sadly said by Dr. Eze Kwesili, any death recorded, Buhari should be held accountable because he's responsible for the death and the letting of blood of innocent bloodletting of innocent and defenseless people. It's very unfortunate, and of course, I stand with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Haven't understood his antecedent, where he's coming from. Most of those things he revealed now are not starting at all. We can't deny that. Where you have citizens who cannot fend for themselves, who has lost their source of livelihood, who has nothing to fall back on. And Lucky is coming to tell us, to update us on the prices of yam. Where a dog cannot farm.
Thank you very much.
Is yam. Go to village and continue to farm. But unfortunately, the Fulanis has taken over his ancestral home.
Thank you very much.
He's now on refugee in Lagos State. He's now in asylum in Lagos State. This is the man, rather than joining the Biafra struggle, decide to be a refugee in Lagos State.
Thank you very much. Yes, I'm Mr. Lucky.
Oba Tope, he said, I greet everybody. I wear red cap. When you see me with red cap, you know Nigeria is red. Nigeria, Bono.
Green, white, green.
No. Please. I respect you as my coordinator, my honorable. But don't mention green, white, green. I'm wearing red. Why I'm wearing red cap? Nigeria is red. Everywhere is red. Why is red? Everywhere is blood everywhere. So Oba Atokpae, he said, I don't know be Lagos. I don't can never be Lagos. I saw them argue there. How can they be argue? He said, Lagos Oba can be removed easily. You cannot remove Bini Oba. Governor don't put Oba Bini. It's tradition. So I saw them argue there. Anyway, my name is Lucky Ayaguna. I don't know be Lagos. What is the
Why is that people find it hard to travel to the southeast? Igbos.
Oh, I just told one of my brother now that why you cannot travel. Travel where? Is there only east? Everywhere. Abuja, you can go. Even the plane. If you want to enter plane now, when you buy ticket, when you go inside the plane, you'll be watching. Everybody have to watch each other. You don't know who is bandit. You don't know who is Boko Haram. Even the pilot don't know whether it's until you get to your destination. That's why you save. Everywhere is problem. Is it train? Is it when you are walking on the street? Is it Okada? Is it Keke? Is it Korokwe? Is it Molue? Is it Lagos State Force? That's why I say everywhere is red, blood in Nigeria. So that's it. It's not safe. Say, my brother, not only southeast.
You traveled the that time?
The day I traveled, it was God who took me there and back. Nigeria is not safe. Everywhere is not safe. I'm telling you, the only way is safe now. The only way is safe. The only way is safe is heaven. Everywhere. Even let me just say the whole world is not safe. But Nigeria is the worst. America is still safe. Let me give you an example. Even the Russia, they are bombing. They still have relief. Ukraine, they still have relief that we here. Anything can happen here. The most bad thing is hunger. Hunger is even more than the bomb. Better you die than you die for hunger.
Okay, I won 2019 election, but robbed. Atiku says a repeat of that will not be tolerated in 2023.
Atiku, I love Atiku before, but that issue of the lady they just burned to death, and that case, I told you, the case is gone. They can't repeat that case again. The language Atiku spoke, but I didn't know, according to the people, was so bad language. It's indication that he's still supporting the Fulanis. Ordinary Hausa cannot just burn somebody alive. A good woman cannot burn somebody alive. And that case, and they have how many lawyers who are defending the suspect. I get to me. Indication they are encouraging killing in the north. Most of the north is very, very bad. So Atiku saying it was robbed. Whether they rob you, whether they don't rob you, all I know is not their turn now. It's the turn of the South. But if the South are dancing with them, bringing them, I am not surprised. Because of a gunje, because of money, because of corruption. So it's not where, for me, Atiku was robbed, it's not robbed. That's not my business. I don't say me. If Atiku entered there, it's going to be the same. PDP, APC, no different. Husband and wife, it's like husband and wife. So today, you move to APC. Tomorrow, Atiku was APC. For PDP to APC, today, he has gone back to PDP. Don't be surprised if they don't give you ticket, he will go back to APC again to spoil PDP chance.
There's a report that if Tinubu is not giving the ticket of APC, he will go to SDP.
See, Tinubu, Atiku, Oshomole, all these are bad blood to Nigeria. They are bad blood. They are wicked. They don't need to come back. Let me tell you, okay, if you see me here, we are dying. Bring Atiku again. Even Amechi, say, let me tell you, all this set, the only person I believe in Nigeria that will take us to El Dorado is Ambode, but they will never allow him. They will never allow him. I get to be my brother. All this candidate you are seeing, is it a man that cannot pay salary? Bello, is Kogi? Ahu? Is it Mohammed Bauchi, where they are burning houses? Who? Is it Tinubu? There's a mass work everywhere. Atiku, that would not make NEPA work. Amechi, that can't put railway in southeast and south. Igige, that cannot even allow the state to go to school. Mention their name. Mention their name. All of them are failures. None of them, whether Atiku, whether they give ticket to, none of them. I'm saying is that I don't see anybody there. Okay. The only thing that God will bring a better person that will
like we can say we need president who believes in the unity of Nigeria.
See, I love Wike, but the only problem they will not give it ticket. It's not part of the cabal. Wike is not part of the cabal. They will give it ticket. But after I accept Wike, I don't think the Northerner will accept Wike. They are just eating money the way they are eating terrible money. They are just eating their money. But for me, what can we do?
Is there any president that can unite Nigeria?
And the only president that can unite Nigeria is Adesina and Good Luck. But I don't think Good Luck is coming. Adesina will withdraw. Do you know what Adesina withdraw? He withdraw because of this kind of people that came to power to become president. They are animals. You know why? You cannot contest power with Tinubu now. You cannot contest power with Lawan in the Senate. I mean, so that is why they pull out. Like I was expecting Ozikalo to fight with them, but today is pulling out. Supporting Lawan. It's supposed to be the turn of the Southeast. And the Southeast, they are selling their birthright. I get to be Kalo has withdrawn. A lot of them will withdraw. How many people remain there in Southeast? So what I'm saying, it is still going back to the north. Where I'm seeing it. It's still going back to the north. So what do we do? Our children at home now, our things are getting worse.
Soldiers chase away protesting students in Akure.
See, they are not even protesting enough. I expect the whole Nigeria to be protesting now. The whole students everywhere to be protesting. So that's the only language the government here. That's the only language the government here. Protest. If they stop protesting now, why don't we order them to go back?
Are you not worried that soldiers will attack students?
And the one day, you see, soldiers, why are they attacking them? What happened just 2 days ago? No government destroy soldiers, kill them, put them. And soldiers were begging, help me. Can't they go there? Why are they facing the ordinary students who are carrying placard? Because you know why? This time around, let all Nigeria come out. We are not coming out. We are coming out. Let our children go back to school. I get to be. See, I don't want to raise costs.
Your child is almost in school, Abi.
My child, let me tell you, I got that money to take my son to school. My son has been there. But for 1 year now, nothing. He has been hosted, no school, no teacher, no lecturer. And I have to look at that money again when they call us strike. It's a big problem. This time around, let everybody who just, if they want to destroy the country, let's destroy it. The one that will remain just like Ukraine. Yes. If you don't do that, it's a problem. We keep suffering under this. I don't like this one for anything. It's a big problem. What we do? Things are getting worse every day. Food, no yam. Economy is chambo. No NEPA. What are we doing in this life? What are we doing here? That you open border. Let's go out. I want to go out. If I Ukraine, please open border. Let me go to Ukraine. If I die, I die there. They die in Nigeria here. I'm telling you the truth. My children, they're with me. They're hungry. My wife, I'm hungry. This morning, my wife was telling me, you are just lying down there, sitting down there. Can we eat? What am I going to say? I better go to Ukraine and join them there.
Okay.
If not to big grave, the bury grave, they want to kill. No problem. They're staying here. I am dying. Rotting in Nigeria here.
Okay, the government have asked Facebook to stop IPOB from their broadcasts. Say they are inciting hatred, ethnic violence, and the like.
I expect like Mohammed to resign. Just go to Squara, where he come from. What concern you, Facebook? They want to use me to again to collect money from Facebook the way they collect for Twitter. Instead of you to face your own problem, you are disturbing Facebook. That's how you disturb Twitter. After they pay money, give you money. Now you are Facebook. So Facebook will give you money again. My brother, there's no way we can't do that Facebook. If not Facebook, we will not see what happened to that Deborah. It was Facebook who shows how they are killing Deborah, how they are stoning Deborah, how they are burning Deborah. So like Mohammed is a Muslim, he doesn't want that. That's why he's facing Facebook. He wants to collect money from them again, the way he collect for Twitter. I mean, yes, that's the help. Telling Facebook at one, my brother, all over the world, Facebook is working, giving the whole world what is happening, even on their ground. Why did Lai Mohammed to stop them? I beg Lai Mohammed, Lai Mohammed, please. Lai Mohammed. No, Lai, oh God. Am I father and mother that gave you Lai Mohammed? They didn't know the meaning. Lai is what? Lai. You should go to village. Lai Mohammed. Okay, the meaning of lie in dictionary is lie. Why yo? You should go. You know why? You don't criticize Facebook who are giving us information. I have told you the secret. The secret is that he has collected money for Twitter, and now I want to face Facebook. Say Facebook are the one encouraging young youth. But old men, even Buhari, he use Facebook. I use Facebook. Everybody use Facebook. Lai Mohammed want to collect money before he go back to where he come from. Please, Lai Mohammed resign and go to Kwara. Instead of disturbing Facebook.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Don't allow him to disturb you. Thank you very much. Edo can never be Lagos.
Good morning, Mr. Akubode.
Mr. Christian, good morning.
Good morning.
How was these days?
Thank God.
That I haven't appeared.
Thank God.
Glory be to his name. Shall we pray? In Jesus' name, our Heavenly Father, God Almighty, we thank you, we praise you, worship your name for making it possible for us to be alive. I thank you, oh Lord God Almighty, for our viewers all over the world who appreciate what you are doing, who know the truth, who understand the truth and love the truth, who love freedom. My Lord, I say, be blessed on their behalf and continue to bless them. Those that are giving for us, so into our pocket for us to be able to sustain our soul and body, to be saying what we have seen in Nigeria. Lord, bless them more and more. Bless them more and more. Even those who promise but never do, bless them more and more. Even those who do not want to do, Lord, still bless everybody that are watching us in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Bless Flip TV, who made it possible for us to use this video. Bless IPOB, oh Lord. Hold IPOB, there have been no faction in them. ESN, strengthen them. All of them, strengthen them. Amateku, Sunday Bohu, Odwa Republic, settle up all of us. Give us the courage to stand for our right. Master Nnamdi Kanu, Lord God Almighty, have mercy upon him. Deliver him from the dungeon of the SS. Nothing will happen to him in Jesus' name. He will come out freely and lead us out of this country called Nigeria, Babylonian nation. No evil shall happen unto him in Jesus' name. Yeah, I am Mr. Akpara, the new Okokondem. I am Mr. Akpara, the new Okokondem. In this Republic of Biafra, lead by Master Nnamdi Kanu and his IPOB government of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Biafra win the war. Biafra win the war. Biafra win the war. In the name of our Lord Jesus Christ.
Do you know about the protest by the Christian Association of Nigeria that is coming on the 22nd?
Yes. Yes.
How do you look at it?
Not only protest is good. If those people will make up their mind to protest, I mean not vandalizing, but to show really protest. Not the one redeemed made when they kill one of their members in Abuja. That one is sleeping. They are sleeping dogs. I want real protest, like when lion roar, all the whole animal in the bush is stay quiet. But lion happen to devour them, but they stay quiet. That's what I want them to do. I want them to run like lion, but not to devour. not to destroy. That's what I want them to do. You understand? I support the protest.
Okay, why is it difficult for Igbos to travel back to the southeast?
My brother, that's the question. I have asked myself that question 100 times. I cannot be able to get the answer. What is the mind of Igbo man? What is the mind of Igbo man? 1966 to 1967, before the declaration of Biafra. That's how they killed them, then they refused to go. This time they have started again, killing you. What do you have there? Is that your fatherland? Were you born there? You were born in Igbo land. You grow in Igbo land. You go there. One go there for nothing. Now, when he asked them, they say, if we come, our land cannot contain us. Why would our land contain us? Is it not that place we grow up? All of us, both in the north and the west, is it not that place we grow up? The one in overseas, is it not in that Igbo land we grow up? The one at all over Africa, is it not that Igbo land where we grow up? So immediately we travel out, our land become too small. They cannot contain us anymore. I wonder why those people want to die like animals. Look at it. Person they kill. North from Niger State. The mother from West here. Nothing related to Igbo man. Igbo man stay on his own. They kill in Sokoto. You come to Kano. Destroy Igbo people properties.
No, they say it's an explosion.
An explosion. What did explode? The gas, cooking gas, or pipeline gas explode, as the police commissioner said. Okay, these Igbo people in 2017, they asked you to go. They beg you to go. You said, no, we don't go. I remain there. Now they have come. I watch it I watch it on the net. When somebody says, where is police? Where is Amio? Where is Soja? Who will save us? Who will help us? When God has come to help you, they use them to tell you to go. You refuse to go. What do you want to see? When Igbo man try to get to one stupid small shop, to leave that shop and go, you find it very difficult. They forget that a living dog is better than a dead lion. Person who is alive have hope. If you lose that your shop, lose that your business and go home, you will still survive. Instead of you to die, when you die, that's your business. You lose your life and lose your business. Instead of you to lose your life and lose your business and get your life. Go back home. We do not come from forest. Then this is why Tute Bakari mocked us last time. That why should Igbo go? Why should Igbo go? The land cannot contain them. As if we say Tute Bakari no half of Igbo land. Okay, look at the governor of Gombe State who went to Anambra and mess us. Can any Igbo governor go to North and mess them as that governor mess us in Anambra? That Igbos has property all over the places. They should not go. They are the giant of Nigeria. They hold Nigeria economy. And we are begging you, we are the giant of Nigeria, holding Nigeria economy, and we are begging you to be part of Nigeria. Can you see that word? We are begging you to be part of Nigeria. And instead that we own Nigeria, we are the giant of Nigeria. We hold Nigeria strong. And we are begging you, ordinary senior president, we are not able to get. How much to get president? Other senior president, people might not able to get. See the administration post they give. Okay. This man, Andrew Ban. Yes. But different. People that are speaking from anus. People that don't have mentality. Pigs whom they can control. That's the people they give. Why they don't give me minister? Why they don't give me minister? You know that I will not agree. I'm not barbarian.
Okay. Like Mohammed said that Facebook should stop IPOB from broadcasting what they are broadcasting.
If Facebook should stop IPOB or switch them off, then like Mohammed, IPOB, Facebook should stop Boko Haram. Facebook should stop Nyanti Allah. Facebook should stop Planning Helpsmen. Facebook should stop Buhari himself. Yes, Facebook should stop Nigerian government. Because Nigerian government don't deserve to communicate with the other world. Because they don't know what they call international relationship. Nigerian government don't know what is called international relationship. So through Facebook, they will still communicate to the other world. Facebook should remove Nigerian government. Like Mohammed, Facebook should remove him because he's telling lies. He's telling the whole world to lie. He's pushing the whole world. That's what I'm saying. Now, like this Deborah that died, they killed. Because through Facebook and internet, the whole world saw what happened. There's no way to deny. So he was angry. He's angry. He's angry. We continue to be angry. This is why he's telling IPOB. Instead of him to tell Facebook, scrap Nigerian Christians. Scrap Nigerian Christians and the Southerners. Remove them so that they cannot be able to report what we are doing them.
Okay, lastly, let's talk about Nnamdi Kanu today. He's going to appear in court. Lastly.
Nnamdi Kanu appearing in court. If Nnamdi Kanu appear, they should examine him, whether it's really Nnamdi Kanu or whether they have given another person mask. Because Nigeria know how to form mask to cover another person. Because that visit, Soludo visit, I'm telling that to visit. The person you showed us in picture is not Nnamdi Kanu. He's a masked man. They should examine this one well. They should examine him well.
Okay.
And Nnamdi Kanu coming to court today. If you say end up in adjournment, coming to court, what you want is not coming to court is about problem. Not coming to court is Nnamdi Kanu, release and go, not bail. Because you cannot bail a person who you did not arrest legally. They went to Kenya, adopt him. Nigeria government is supposed to be charged as kidnappers. So you don't beg them to bring Nnamdi Kanu to court. You don't beg them to bring Nnamdi Kanu. Give them order. Release him. Release the person you people adopt. Release him and pay fine. Release him. Take them to court. They are kidnappers. Nigeria government. Lai Mohammed is a kidnapper.
Okay.
Yes, they kidnap Nnamdi Kanu.
Thank you very much.
Nalami is a kidnapper. They kidnap Nnamdi Kanu. Plus Igbo people who join hand to kidnap him. All of them are kidnappers. Bring all of them to book.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
I am Mr. Para, the new Okoko in this Republic of Nnamdi Kanu and Insecurity government. Omo Biafra. Ona Rahapanona. Onye ndị Yoruba bụ nation ndị nche mgbe niile. Nke awụkwa aka ka m na-adọ nọ na ntị. ESN ọ na-arahakwa n'ụra. Ọ na-ahụ n'otu ọchị paakị ndị amị. Debe dọma n'ala Igbo. ESN ọ na-arahakwa n'ụra. God Almighty, we thank you, we praise you, magnify your name.
Okay.
Be glorified, be magnified in the name of
Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen.
Lord, remember Russia and Ukraine. Lord, have mercy upon them. Deliver them. Lord Jesus Christ, bring peace there. Let the war stop in Jesus' name. America and NATO are deceiving Russia and the Ukraine. They're killing themselves. America and NATO, be careful.
Thank you.
The wrath of God is coming.
Thank you very much. Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, bros. You know, actually, over this issue, this world is being owned by professionalists and spiritualists. So what I'm talking about here is that to avoid corruption, because I read criminology. In terms of criminology, you have to fight about crime and terrorism. We really need to end trafficking. All these people are incubators. I know when they are Buhari awarded Buhari market. I'm from Sata region in a Krema community. I know when they awarded Buhari market in Abia State. Think about who is that Buhari at the age of that time they awarded that market. How old is that man and how old is he supposed to be by now? Are you hearing me? So to avoid this corruption, they say we are futures of tomorrow, we are leaders of tomorrow. You also here, you have to rule. You are entitled to rule. If you have to rule, it's not a crime. For us to see ourselves, you see when I'm not talking about religion, or I'm not talking about something of Biafra, or all I'm here is Nigeria. Over there in United States, United Kingdom, we don't know anything about Biafra or something like that. Although the problem that Nigeria brought brings them dividing each other. Now, we're supposed to unite. The problem is that the particular people ruling have been ruling and be ruling again and again and again. And what cause about it is state officials and state spiritualists. They are trafficking for them. They should stop incubators. Let them go. Incubators, go. Let these leaders of tomorrow lead. Because we are the futures of tomorrow. I am the sun. When you hear about the sun, when you look up, you know about anything sun. I am the sun. Confucianists know me as a son. Spiritualists know me as a son. I am the son.
Okay.
And what I'm telling you here, that this thing has been exposed. Audio Ekremo, audio biasers know about this. And we cannot continue to look, we cannot continue to be like this. Understand? We really need to give us an opportunity not to use new motor and repair old motors. They are condemning destinies. It's unfair. We cannot continue like this. They are condemning destinies. So what are we talking about here? And none of them can be able to produce money. They cannot produce money again. Who is Ifeanyoba in this Lagos state? In this world, Ifeanyoba. When you hear Ifeanyoba is the owner of Central Bank. Spiritually, I personally now, I'm in charge to rule as understand, as a CBN governor. Personally, indicate me well.
Okay.
When I'm telling you indicate me, I'm in charge to rule as a CBN governor. They betrayed me. White man buy Nigeria for me, which state spiritualist. They buy Nigeria for me from House of Frontierland. When you hear about House of Frontierland, United States, Google about it. Technology house.
Okay.
They bought Nigeria for me. Then they are really behind me, which is unfair.
Okay, what's the way forward?
And what you are talking about here is that
What's the way forward for Nigeria?
the way forward of Nigeria is that they should give us opportunity for the leaders of tomorrow to rule. My brother, if you are to rule, is it a crime? If you are to rule, is it a crime? Why are we continuing to see the same faces every day by day? How old is Buhari when they awarded Buhari market? How old is supposed to be now? Wait, listen to me. How old is Buhari when they awarded Buhari market in the Abia State? How old is that Buhari supposed to be now? I was in Abuja in Eriata Gariki. I witnessed his death. At the end of the day, they turned it upside down. And another thing again, what I'm talking about, the wife personally got shot. He said, woman, your position is at the kitchen. Why would the woman got shot? We should stop trafficking and incubators. Okay. I have the song. See, I have the song.
Okay, thank you very much.
Know about this.
Thank you very much.
Nonsense.
Thank you. I'm Mr. Kole. Okay. You're a leader of tomorrow.
I said we are taking the throne now.
You're a leader of tomorrow.
Life. Now.
Let's stop incubators.
The incubators, they are the criminals. They bought Nigeria. They are ruling Nigeria. They hold Nigeria. And from their house, they rule Nigeria. They can just tomorrow who will be the next president. But now, let us join hands together and push the heart of the economy.
How will you do it?
Let us bring let us everybody come outside as one person and bring those boats out of the corridor. Because we continue to be doing the same thing.
Yesterday, soldiers chased away protesting students. And they ran away.
Because they are
if we come together now, if the soldier come here now, we will run away.
Look, time is coming and now is the time. We won't run away anymore.
But yesterday they ran away.
Yes, that is protesting students. Because they are demanding for their right. Situation will come, nobody will run. Just like NSAS, time is coming, Nigeria is going to take the law into their hands. We are going to fight because we don't use our last blood to fight. This same mascara, this same face, they will still be occurring in the seat of power. So we have to keep ourselves one language, one voice, one uprising to take our rights that belongs to us. Because those people are vagabond in power.
What I'm saying now, all these people, what they want again?
They want to rule again upon the billions of trillions of money they have.
Only this man will feed Nigeria for 10 years.
And he want to be president by all means. It's impossible. It can't possible. Nobody will vote for him.
Okay. And let's I won 2019 election, but rob the Atiku.
That is story. Ministry after the Atiku is a story. What is that story supposed to mean now? Can it be a positive language? They rob you when you don't rule, when they rob you. Now you want to come back as a president. Let us see the race. All of them, they are all criminals. They are robbing themselves. Peter robbed Paul robbed John. They are all criminals. They are the same feather. They are the same person. You are not crying, so they rob you. Now go.
Are you saying he's likewise a robber?
All of them, they are robbers.
That's why they're using the name of robbing against themselves. That's Robin Hood. You watch Robin Hood film, all those are Robin Hood. They want to chase power by all means.
Okay, Southeast now wiser, won't be deceived again. That is from Ojus on Kalu.
Because they can't be deceived anymore because they have been deceiving before. Now they are open. So now they have to bring a new really human being that they will trust, that they will be in power, that will negotiate their interests, and their interests will be followed. So I like them in that way. Let them be wiser because every day is not Christmas. You can't be follow every time. Nigeria is down. Let everybody wake up before it's too late.
Okay. Lastly, let's look at why is it difficult for an Igbo man, average Igbo man, to travel to the southeast?
Because of the situation there, everybody's afraid. The situation there now is very vital, very terrible. Assassin everywhere, gunmen everywhere, unknown gunmen. So it's very bad. Nobody knows what is happening. Nobody even knows whether it's the politician sponsoring the government or the government sponsoring the government. Nobody knows. They are killing themselves. They are killing people. Person is afraid to go home. And when there is government, because the government has failed. When the government fails, everybody now take arms. And it's very brutal. It is fucked up. It's a bad situation that is happening that side of Nigeria. It's very bad. Let the government, let them sit down and do something about it. Because sitting there at home for every day is not a good idea. And now when you not come outside, either you have been killed or you have been stabbed, which is very bad. Very bad.
Okay, lastly, let's look at FG to monitor Facebook, other social media platforms are saying that IPOB is dissipating or broadcasting hatred, inciting violence. They're asking Facebook to stop.
All those one is story, all those one can't work. How can you ask Facebook to stop? You want to stop all those social media. You want to turn Nigeria to North Korea. Nigeria is not North Korea now. When you say they will be monitoring everybody's speech. So that idea is not a development idea, it's not a welcome idea. And that idea must be from live money, and which is not positive. How long will you say, okay, now the other time you pass Twitter, at the end of the day, what happened? There was nothing you bring about, not positive. And I want to say to Facebook, all those one is story. Look about the reality of Nigeria. Nigeria is suffering, no security everywhere. We're talking about Facebook brings security. People don't have security. Just leave those one alone. Those one is not the issue. They are not the issue at all. The real issue is there. You are looking about the issue. You are trying to bring another thing like even compulsory. All those languages are not compulsory.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I'm Sakule. Good morning, Sakule.
Good morning. It's really sunny here.
Very sunny, and I'm exhausted.
I just use Agbo now. Well done.
Southeast now wiser, won't be deceived again.
I think Southeast should be wiser. And if Southwest are still sleeping, Southwest too need to wake up from the slumber. Nobody be mumu. Nobody be mumu any longer. That is why I still keep saying referendum is the key. Idris, who happens to be Accountant General of the Federation, he has pocketed 80 billions of our money. This was only one person. That was those are the ones they could be able to discover. If Idris do that, if there's a referendum and it now belongs to Arewa nation, right? Can he afford to do that? No. That's why I say we want referendum. Let everybody be on their own. The headache is too much. The head is too big. We cannot have any Panadol or paracetamol that will take care of this head. That is what, and this is a man that they use nepotism to use nepotism. The Oga at the top, which is Buhari, used nepotism to put him there for additional second term. He was supposed to be retired. At 60, he has spent, it's over 60, and he has spent enough year that is stipulated for a civil servant to spend. And you still say, this now my brother, continue. The outcome of it now is 80 billion. You know how many 80 billion that is in different pockets? And we are saying, ASU is there, nobody has paid them, only one man. I still refer back to the former minister, the former MD of National Petroleum, NNPC, the one that buried money in Kaduna, in his house in Kaduna. Why is people in the village there, they were suffering? When they discovered the money, they started cursing the man. So the country as it is now, it can't work. This country called Nigeria is ending up as a failed state. When you tell them the truth, they need to listen. The center can no longer hold. There has never been any time there is, ethnic division like this time.
Wike says that we need president who believes in the unity of Nigeria. We need a president, Wike, who believes. We need a president who believes in the unity of Nigeria.
He should bring the president. Or is him himself is referring to Wike that has locked up Dagogo. What's it called? Dagogo. This guy that was in Dagogo, yes. Dagogo Jack, or what's his name? He's still in detention, unlawful detention.
No, there's an allegation on him that he brought out.
He brought out. Let the court decide. The court has freed him.
No, the court is the one that remanded him.
The court, they've gone to court as of, that means you're not correct.
They remanded him.
From court, they reminded him. There's another court they approached now that said he has the right for freedom. He has the right for bail. But due to Mr. Wike has his own governorship aspirant, and the Gogo Jack too has his own, he's contesting, and people love him. You know, he's an Ijaw man. And I could listen to the secretary of the Ijaw Youth Association this morning. What they are saying is, what is good for the goose is good for the gander. When the federal might unleashed terror on you, it was courts you went to. It was courts that saved you from the hands of the APC then that wanted to malign you. Now, let there be an open, transparency, what's it called? Electoral this thing for the candidates. You know, and you are not saying because this guy is popular, you handcuff him and you detain him. And he has not committed any crime. Then, okay, if you said you brought arms with people with arms, where are the arms? I'm just saying this. Wike, a fantastic worker, achiever. He did a lot in Cross River State. But likewise, it's not his money. Anybody that do anything in any state, it's not their money. It's not Wike's money that is using to do that. So there should be even a less self-praise from me. I look at it that way as well. That is not his money, it's Rivers' money that he's spending for Rivers. Lagos is Lagos money is Lagos money that they are spending for Lagosian. So anybody that comes that this one try, someone will try, they try, it's Lagos money that they are spending for Lagosian. It's your taxpayers, my taxpayers' money, their taxpayers' money that they are using. So you don't praise, I don't praise any governor. Likewise, I don't praise any president, because without our collective commonwealth, can they do anything? Is it the family money they are spending? No. So this nation as it is, the issue I've been saying for how many months now, Christian, how many months is referendum? Me, I don't even believe in all this election. I don't look at all these jargons they print on papers again about election. I don't even want to go there, because I know nothing can work. And I don't want to go back to Egypt. I don't want to go back to Egypt that left behind. So that is me now, because there's nothing, nobody that come in that can fix the problem of this so-called, failed state. Where is it going to start from? Everything is failed. Insecurity, nothing. Food security, nothing. There's nothing like hope at all. You see, the hope we need now is, as Bob Marley said, get up, stand up, and fight for your rights. And that is the right of the referendum. We want referendum in this country. That is the hope we should be having now, that hope of referendum. enough of this maladministration, enough of this bastardization of the governance. So enough is enough.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, we have come to the end of the program this morning. I'm Christian Chico. I'll say bye for now till tomorrow as we get for another, as we come together for another exciting program by Standards at the Newsstands. Once again, welcome and also bye for now. Thank you.